What's up, guys? Studfit here. Happy 1.5 anniversary. That's right. We are concluding our month and a half 1.5 anniversary, whatever that means. But it's been fun. We've had the Mario Tour, Yoshi Tour, a filler tour, an appetizer tour, and now we have the full giant entree, that juicy steak, the Ninja Tour. We've been just when we had the question marks, we weren't sure if it was going to be a Shogun or a China. We didn't know exactly what this tour was going to be, and it ended up being very different from any of our expectations. No Wario ult, no Waluigi ult, no Ninja, no Steve, or whatever that the guy with the scroll was. But we have been very pleasantly surprised about what came out. So I won't hold back at all as I want to jump into this. Full disclosure, a little under the weather, but that wasn't going to keep me away from talking with you a little bit about this awesome tour. As always, I'd like to talk a little bit about our origin story. Essentially, I was always looking for things in the game to be able to understand a meta level strategy, what was going on, what trends were happening, so that I could best allocate my rubies, coins, tickets to be able to do better in the game. And to have more fun. You know, it's nice to just be able to talk about what's going on in the game and sharing that experience with you guys. And that's where the rundown was born. So now we'll jump right into the tour, as you probably were shocked to see right away. It's the week one pipe. Now, you probably already know why this pipe is awesome. I'll tell you what, it's not because of the 6% odds. This is a terrible pipe when you think about the numbers of what's in there. But when it comes to a specific item, I don't think we've had a specific item this phenomenal ever. I mean, I remember when Mario Sunshine was released, and actually that's when the first rundown was created, just because it was so epic to talk about Giant Banana and what that would mean to the game. Now, of course, we have our first high-end boomerang driver, the Shy Guy Ninja. He's blue. And that's always, you know, with the different colors, we're almost at Yoshi level color scheme for the Shy Guys, but an awesome driver, mainly due to his skill. Now, I think if I asked you, would you rather have Ninja with triple mushrooms or literally any driver with boomerang, you'd pick boomerang. It doesn't even really matter what he is. It's cool that he's pretty slick looking dude. But the fact that we just have a boomerang driver, and now the floodgates of options are now available to us, and you have to kind of make a couple of decisions on what you're going to use with tickets and what you're going to do with him. If you pull him, should I pull for this pipe or a pretty equally epic pipe later on in the week that I'll talk about later in this video. But you have a lot of options, but he is awesome. He is phenomenal. You probably already know that. You don't need me to tell you that, but it's going to be a pretty big dilemma for those having to pick between a couple pipes and only having 450 rubies or however many, thinking, hey, I'll go in here and drain that one epic driver. You got two epic drivers. It's good and bad news, but watch my my pull video. It was pretty epic. Tried to go for this guy and had a lot of emotion. So feel free to check that out. Obviously, my initial reaction matches this one, where I was just pumped for an awesome tour. I don't really get into a lot of the tracks per se, but the Ninja Hideaways, phenomenal track. I was thoroughly confused at first and almost lost my mind. But I've since gotten used to it, and it's a fun track. There's so much to go over, and I think the strat in the week is going to be coming here soon. Not today. I've been, as I mentioned, a little under the weather and traveling, so hadn't been able to get to it, but I'm pretty sure I'll get to it to some point. When it comes to new items, man, 7 new items. This is a lot, as you know, those 2 big drivers. The other one that I've kind of alluded to so far, King Bob Gold. He is, oh man, this is tough, man, because he starts out right out of the gate with some epic tracks. I mean, he's got 9 tracks to start with. Coin box. He's got the high hitbox ratio, so you know he's going to be gobbling up those coins. It's tough between him and Shy Guy Ninja. You know, I have, I think, 9 or 10 high-end driver tickets, and I'm saying to myself, should I take them both to 4, or should I just take 1 to 6? What should I do? And it's tough, and I'm going to help walk you through that. But feel free to take a look at these and what tracks some of these carts have. I think that Crimson Hot Rod, it's in a nice exclusive pack, but it comes out, with 9 good tracks as well, and that could be sneaky good. That Secure Quick Shot, I'm not interested whatsoever. So I thought I'd kind of break down the coverage that is given to King Bob right now, and let you guys be able to kind of look to see how valuable he is. And I think one of the downsides to having a Coinbox driver is that if he is with no other Coinbox driver, he is epic, and you are scoring thousands of points more than your competitors. But I think when Rosalina Swimwear was released, she just instantly only got overlaps, and we were like, "What in the world? This is." We want her, we want our own value, because we were so used to Peach Vacation and PGP. Having their own tracks to themselves, but now that we have as many Coinbox drivers as we have, that becomes much more difficult. And so I get it, I understand that, but understanding the overlap is very important. So this is out on Reddit, so you can feel free to just download it and save it as a picture on your phone. But it's helpful to just kind of know, kind of walking through it. Ninja Hideaway T has that overlap with the Shy Guy Ninja. Chaco Mountain T shares with 3 quality drivers. When you're thinking about a Coinbox driver, Rosalina Swimwear, a Lucky 7 driver with Nabbit, and even a giant banana with Mario Sunshine. And then a couple of other epic drivers when you think about Black Yoshi, a top 10 driver. Peach Explorer, also been a top 10 driver for a while. You have, Aurora, who a lot of people have had for a long period of time in general. Same with Shy Guy Chef. So a lot of options there. So it's hard to think about having a lot of value there, especially there with with Rosalina Swimwear. And the same thing goes for Remix Rainbow Road 2R. You have another Coinbox driver, but maybe one that has been a little bit more neglected. So definitely takes a lot of value away from Party Time Pauline. Just because it seems like she has the most overlap and most city tracks, and we just don't get to use her very much. It almost makes Mario Hakama look pretty good, which they've been basically using every single one of his non-city tracks here lately to make him look better than he really is. But and he's certainly a solid Coinbox driver. If you invested in Mario Hakama, you're not kicking yourself, but Party Time Pauline, you might be. I know I took her to 6 right away, and I was like, I could use those tickets right now. But they have that track overlapped, as well as also my boy Party Time Lakitu, and then some other drivers, including 2 super drivers. So it's like, man, I could be using super drivers at a higher level. How much value is there? I'm not entirely sure. And then Koopa Troopa Beach 2, which you're probably very familiar with this week. You got Rosalina Swimwear and Gold Dry Bones, most likely at higher levels. So you're probably not going to use him for week 1 of ranked. If you do, you're a whale. I'm not denying that. But you have 2 supers on that track too. So it's like, man, it's just so much to be longed for. However, there are 2 tracks that King Bob Gold gets that are very, very good. And these are Donut Plains 2 and Donut Plains 2R. So for those people who were relying on, say, Cat Toad or whatever, Cat Toad definitely sees a decrease in his value having both of those tracks. Same with Pauline, Rose. And so you kind of see there on the left side of this slide, drivers with 3 tracks overlapping. So all 4 of these drivers had 3 tracks that are, and all 4 of these drivers are not Coinbox. So we don't really see, we only see buffing in the game. We only talk about buffing. But in a way, this is a nerf. This is a nerf for all 4 of these drivers. And they are losing value that they barely had. So it's tough. That's the tough part, man. Whenever they release a new driver, they have very few drivers to pick from. And I know if you put a lot of investment in them, and they don't have Coinbox, that's why the skill is so important in Tabor's spreadsheet. And I know that that is always in question, is how much do you value skill? And for the Karts and Gliders, it's not as much. For drivers, it is, because even when you think about Black Yoshi and how much value he's had, just because of his coverage, yeah, the coverage is great until you have a Coinbox driver now on that track. So the fact that we've had 4 months or whatever it's been without a coin box driver has allowed us to be able to leverage Black Yoshi a lot. But as we get a coin box here and we get a boomerang here, that value of all the other skills diminish pretty quickly. So just, welcome these two brand new drivers with great skills, and say goodbye to some of the value of some of these non-coin box drivers. It's sad if you think about it. There's only, if you have, every single driver, you're only using about 7 or 8 drivers this tour, just because of how many tracks have coin box drivers, and you're going to be using those over any other skill. So I know that there are some arguments saying, well, hey, why don't you do the contrarian play and invest in, Dixie or Black Yoshi? Yeah, you can do that, but then one day your value of that driver could go away, and it could be wasted tickets. And that's just the game. I mean, we play this for the coin box. I mean, honestly, the single box, that's one thing I've learned from this from ACR grind is the single box is the key to ACR. The more single boxes you can get in addition to coin frenzies or whatever, that's what's going to help you get as far as possible. So coin box is king. We can't deny that. And for those of you who've been paying attention to my channel, I'm celebrating that with a little logo change. I think you can see it right about here, with the coin box. Hey, because that's king, man. So anyway, where were we? So Donut Plains 2 and 2R are now monster tracks for King Bob Gold. The other tracks that would be unlocked would be Waluigi Pinball T, which, as you know from last week, you're probably going to be using Bowser Santa, maybe Pauline as well. But there's just so many drivers there. You even got 2 supers. I don't consider that a huge win unless you totally missed out on that Bowser Santa. And then the remixed Rainbow Road to T. You got Lucky 7 driver with Mario Halloween, and then a large giant banana with the Mario Sunshine. Both of those tracks actually are pretty. This would actually be a decent walkaway track for King Bob, in that Lucky 7. They're still arguable between Coin Box and Lucky 7. I do still think Coin Box is king because of that single box, and you can get single Lucky 7, no doubt. But those are much more rare, especially if you try to front run in the second lap. And then of course, Ninja Hideaway. You see at the very end, and that's king as well. All right, so now let's look at Shy Guy Ninja. He's got a lot of tracks as well, but he has 0 drivers that overlap 3 tracks. So he's not stealing specific driver's value. And even when you look at the tracks he has, it only usually has like one option that is arguable with it. And now here's the thing: is that the boomerang, we still haven't figured out its true value. Is it going to be like Giant Banana, where we think it's going to be really great, but in reality it's still kind of lagging behind Coinbox? I think my personal opinion is Boomerang is great. If you have a lot of time on your hands and you want to get a Boombox Frenzy, he is arguably better than any Coinbox driver, especially on this one specific track, this Ninja Hideaway. When you look at all the other tracks, that he has, he doesn't have a lot of other great ones that have a lot of coins all over the track. The only one I would maybe make an exception for would be Choco Mountain R. But other than that, it is Ninja Hideaway and the Ninja Hideaway family of tracks. There are a lot of coins on that track, so he is more powerful there than on other tracks because of how many coins are there. I think also, if he ends up getting maybe some Mario circuits or something like that, or maybe a Rainbow Road, he could be extremely valuable on those tracks. But right now, you have to rely on the coin box drivers that are also on that track, and there might be some that you can be able to get a Boombox Frenzy on. For me, I don't like to spend more time in the game than I absolutely have to. It takes I wait way too long to do the All Cup ranking grind, just because I don't want to spend too much time in the game. I want to get in, get out, move on with my day. So for me, a Boombox Frenzy I don't necessarily have the right patience to be able to do that. If you do, invest in him, go for it by all means. Just know that his value, it is spread out across a couple Coinbox drivers though, so you might actually have better options, and so we'll kind of get into that. So with Ninja Hideaway, as I just was alluding to on the last slide, has overlap with Nabbit and also King Bob Gold. And then a couple other drivers that I wouldn't plan on using if you have any of these 3 drivers. Then on the R version, you have Gold King Boo, which is, it's tough having to pick between those. I know, especially if you're pulling on some pipes that are coming up here soon, or have invested in him. I know I have him at level 7. I'm just not going to be using Shy Guy Ninja anytime soon on that specific track. Now, it's not a part of ranked right now, so we don't have to, or next week, so we don't have to make that decision. But in the future, you also have 2 supers on that track. So, if you don't have him or don't have him at a high level, you might have better options. The one track that he gets that I think is massive is going to be this Neo Bowser City T, which you're very familiar with already, just maybe warming up for upcoming ranks or whatnot. But you don't have any other Coinbox drivers, no Lucky 7 drivers, no Giant Banana drivers. You have its own track, but you only have one track, so that's unfortunate. But it's nice to know that there is that one track, and you get to use it pretty quickly there. For Donut Plains 2T, you have Party Time Lakitu, you have Mario Sunshine. You also have Penguin Luigi, who has a lot of people have him at a high level. So this Donut Plains 2T, maybe not as good as being able to have that Donut Plains 2 and 2R, like when you're thinking about the King Gold Bob. So from that perspective, he might actually be someone you might want to lean towards. I think as I've been playing around with strategies, I'm leaning towards Gold King Bob as to where I'm using my tickets, because of this fact, as well as also just knowing that Coinbox, at least at first, is going to be king, except for on these Ninja Hideaway tracks. I think if they didn't give Gold King Bob this Ninja Hideaway, I think it'd be a different story. But and I already have Nabbit at level 7, so not a huge value there. But Shy Guy Ninja, his biggest value is going to be on those Ninja Hideaway tracks. Moving into the tracks that you unlock as you get them to level 3 and level 6, you have this Neo Bowser City R, which has Gold King, Gold Koopa free running. Most people already have them at a very high level. And then Mario Halloween, which is a little bit more of a rare character, but Lucky 7. And some other drivers, including a super, that people already have at a decent level. Then you have Choco Mountain R. This is what I was talking about. There are a couple points where there are a lot of coins on the track, but I wouldn't say a lot. It's nowhere close to that second level Ninja Hideaway. I don't even know. I haven't even counted those coins. Feel free to comment if you haven't already, and feel free to subscribe if you haven't, or like the video. That always really helps just get this in front of people, especially slides like this. It's being able to say, hey community, this is what's going on. Hopefully this helps you if you're in the same dilemma as me, which is having to put tickets on one driver or another. But it only has Chef Mario, and I know not a lot of people have him at a high level compared to some of these other Coinbox drivers, so he might be the best. This is like a little bonus track. This is a track that he actually will be probably the most useful on comparatively, but I know everyone already has Dry Bowser at a high level. I know I have him at level 30 right now, but based on how many times I've pulled him. But just so many other drivers that we have at high level, so you may not be able to use him right away. But then the Ninja Hideaway T, again, you get King Bob-omb overlap there, the gold version and the regular. That's a tough one. I think you were hoping that Shy Guy could have just a little bit of exclusivity for a while, but not quite. And then Choco Island 2T with 3 supers and a normal. You wish that was a little better, but there is no other Coinbox driver on that track. So some good value there. But again, the main takeaway is there are 0 drivers with 3 tracks overlapping, which is good. So he's not taking away one specific value. And so for him, putting tickets in him isn't going to be, taking away value from someone you just invested in. And just kind of putting that out there. And then it does have one track by itself with kind of that bonus Choco Mountain R if you don't have Chef Mario at a high level. So obviously his skill is great, but just trying to take into consideration these facts and present them in a meaningful way for you guys. All right, back to the regular scheduled program. The non-spotlight drivers in week 1, nothing crazy here, nothing new added to the non-spotlights. Same thing with Karts. Nothing really stays the same. You get next week's spotlights as non-spotlights for this pipe. But again, you don't. There's a couple contents you care about. It's that Jade Toad, that Hop Rod, and also of course the Ninja. So these probably are not things. If you get them, you're like, oh cool, that's what's up. But otherwise, you're not really going for these items. There is a butterfly wings added to the gliders, which is pretty cool. It's obviously be very helpful for this week. We'll see if it continues to be permanent. My guess is it is. We'll see for those pulling on the all clear pipe if this is a part of that as well. Feel free to comment if that is the case for you. I love hearing those stories. As for the Ninja Pipe 2, we have Daisy Yukata, Peach Kimono, Festival Girl, Festival Wings, the Sakura Quickshot, and Purple Oil Umbrella. Sorry about the birdos up there, but that was a miscue on my behalf. But ultimately, this is a pipe. We have so many great pipes this tour. Do not pull in that pipe. And hopefully that is emphasis to, I didn't even change that picture because it is not a good pipe. Don't even pull on it. Don't even think about it. It is not good. Please, if you pull in that pipe, take your rubies and just before you push that 45 button, exit out, go to a different pipe, and pull on this pipe specifically. This is my stud pipe of the week. The other pipe is good, no doubt, because the one specific item, but at 6% odds. This pipe has the potential for 12% odds in a 50 pipe. Now, I'm not getting my hopes up. This is going to be controversial because everyone's seeing the word spotlight and just saying, "Wow, everything's in spotlight." Hey guys, it could be. We could be somehow drained full of all the luck that we could potentially have been neglected from all year long and drained into one pipe. That could happen. This pipe could be potentially 6 high ends spotlights in a 50 pipe. Is that going to happen? Maybe not. My personal opinion and the way I'm approaching things, just so I don't get my heart pulled out of my chest and stomped on, is because I want the way that they refer to it is they're in the spotlight. So, it could be, and it comes immediately after saying that there are gold items from past pipes brought in. So, it could be all 6 spotlights. Even if they had all 6 without spotlights, it would be an epic pipe. To have spotlights, though, would be even more epic. My personal guess is that they want to give you a pretty good pipe. Especially coming off of the week 1 pipe. Only so many people can have so many rubies. And if you were saving through all 3 of these tours of this 1.5 year anniversary tour with great odds, then you're gonna be blessed. Otherwise, you're gonna be buying packs and they win anyway. So that's how I see it. So my guess is I'm thinking in my mind, if I had a crystal ball, and of course a lot of you are already watching this on Sunday. And you're an idiot. But my guess would be maybe King Bob-omb is a spotlight, just him, similar to maybe like the Pink Wing or something like that, and everything else is not a spotlight. It does say they're in a spotlight, so I think multiple, but I don't think it'd be the other way around. I don't think it would be some of these older drivers are spotlights, even though it just came off of that sentence in the way that they describe it. So my guess would be maybe three high-end non-spotlights, 1 high-end spotlight, Gold King Bob, and maybe that's it. Maybe there's 4 non-spotlights and King Bob. I always keep my expectations really, really low. So my official prediction is Gold King Bob-omb as the spotlight, 3 non-spotlights, 3 non-spotlights between the other 5. So that's my guess. We'll see what happens, but feel free to let me know if you're just seeing they're in the spotlight and assuming they're all in the spotlight. Don't comment, because I've already heard that comment, and it could happen. All I'm saying is that I'm lowering whatever my expectations are, lower it a notch, maybe even another notch, in worst case just another notch below that. That way you're happy with whatever we're given, because I've never gotten my hopes up and also had those expectations met. except for this tour, and that's why I'm just a tiny bit optimistic. All right, as for the packs this tour, I mentioned there might be people pulling out their wallet before this tour that have never done that before. So I'm going to cover these. You know, hey, I get it. This cheap mask, people like. I took it to 6 and then rarely used it because I had some other drivers, some other gliders at higher levels. But it's a decent glider. I just think compared to all these other packs, it's a dud. You know, if you want to get it, feel free. If you want specific rubies for this week versus next week, that's not a bad one. You can't get this 90 pack, but this 90 pack. Dang, guys, that's a stud pack. When we're talking about this Quali Kart, a top 10 glider, and hint, a top 5, or sorry, Kart, a top 5 Kart. That's right. We have a new breaking of that top 5, and this Quali Kart. Many of you, a lot of big fans, you knew it was coming. You could smell it creeping up that top 10. It is high. It's a very, very valuable card. And then Penguin Luigi, kind of already talked about him, and even when you think about Peach Wedding or Black Yoshi, a lot of value. Just, you know, is a Coinbox driver going to take its value or not? And you know, that is kind of one takeaway that I didn't really get to talk about. Peach Wedding, you know, she wasn't a part of that those 4 drivers that lost 3 tracks to a Coinbox driver. So her value seems pretty good still. I know Omer's probably pretty happy about that, but it always happens. If you don't have a Coinbox skill, you don't have a great skill, you could always have that coverage be negated. Probably my favorite pack of all the packs this tour, this Gilded King. You know I love black and yellow. You know I love this card. It's one of my favorite cards, if not my favorite card. Just aesthetically, looks beautiful. Love the color scheme. But it is very valuable. Between this and the Black Dozer, I've been saying all year round, it is the new Wild Black of 2021, and I have been right. I'm not tooting my own horn, but I've been I want you guys to know this is an awesome pack. Get it if you don't have it already. Take it, even get it up even if you don't need it, just because of these pipes. And then I thought about writing, you know, dud-ish. This last glider is really good. This Dry Bowser Umbrella. Skills, but coverage is great. This is a great glider. But that Dry Bones, that scares me from that pack. I don't need another Dry Bowser ever again. I do not need him. I'm sure he's going to be in like 15 packs this year. I mean, if you can get any of these other packs, go ahead and get the 90 pack from week 1 and the 45 pack from week 2. All right, into who got buffed. We have a first time 5-track buffer. This is the white Yoshi. Looks like Mario Circuit R, Toad Circuit RT, Donut Plains 2, Donut Plains 2R, and then Koopa Troopa Beach 2. So, as we talked about, he might be helpful for Donut Plains 2 and 2R, unless you've already taken Gold King Boo up. I'm sorry, Gold King Bob. Otherwise, I mean, that's 5 tracks. That's never happened before since I've been doing this rundown, so that's massive. You got 2 drivers that got 4 new tracks added. Mario Racing, which we know he was gonna be a decent driver, and I expect him to be at the top of these lists for the next couple of weeks. But again, you know, Triple Mushrooms, he could be another driver that loses value pretty quick. He came out unscathed, it looked like this tour, but I wouldn't get hopes up too high for him. And we have Birdo Black, 2 with 4 new tracks as well. 3 drivers with 2 new tracks. Daisy Yukata with his Ninja Hideout, T and R. Penguin Toad, he's got one more track. Daisy Yukata though, 19 tracks. I just noticed that from looking here. That's a decent number of tracks. That's solid. Penguin Toad up to 13. Blue Yoshi, you're gonna see him the next couple tours trickling a little bit of value here and there. Not a bad driver to invest tickets on. Just know that since he's not daily selects, that's where your priority for these super driver tickets should be going. We got Nabbit. There's no surprise there. When you opened up Ninja Hideaway, you saw Nabbit on that top shelf. You're like, dude, the rich get richer. He is a monster driver, and he is continuing at our top #1 driver. 21 non-city tracks plus 4 cities. That's 25 total tracks. A absolute beast. Fire Rosalina, 17 tracks, 0 cities. Cat Toad, 13 tracks, non-city tracks, 3 cities. Royal Cowboy, 15 non-city tracks, 2 cities. King Bob-omb, number 12, just based on coverage, man. They've continued to give him new tracks. No surprise there, but just with that skill, still outside the top 10, and I think that's 100% right. Build a Toad, up to 18 tracks. Peach Halloween, 19 total tracks that are non-cities, 2 cities, so that's 21 total. Baby Rosalina Detective, she's got 14 non-city tracks, 12 city tracks. Holy moly. So that is a lot of tracks. If cities are ever released in a, just, scattered in between all the other tracks, that unlike how we've had it before, if that happens, her value is instantaneously massive. I'm not someone I'm putting tickets on right now, but I'm keeping an eye on if that happens. That's going to be my first reaction. King Boo Gold, phenomenal driver, as you know, up to 17 non-city tracks, 1 city. Shy Guy Gold, interesting driver, came out hot. He came out around the same time as King Boo Gold. And ended up getting, actually, decent number more tracks. 4 city tracks on top of the 18. You're looking at 22. That's more than King Boo Gold, but he hasn't been a part of ranked. That's a huge part of Tabor's algorithm that's not in a lot of other algorithms, is how many times this person's in ranked. And, even with skill aside, Shy Guy Gold's value is not as good as King Boo's, mainly because of how often King Boo Gold has been a part of ranked. So, huge part of Tabor's algorithm. It is different from most, but I love it because of it, and why I've adopted it as my my top 10. Black Shy Guy, he is now up to 9 tracks, which is nice for a classic driver to get buffed. That doesn't happen very often. As for Karts, you got the B-Dasher Mark 12, now with 11 non-city tracks, 1 city. Purple Bunny, same thing with 11 non-city tracks, but has 2 cities. So good that they're getting value, but you're not getting too excited about 11 total tracks. I won't get through all these, but you see Crawley Kart, number 4 on our list, a massive kart for a long period of time, up to 21 total tracks, with 19 being non-cities. That's my highlight there. The one thing that I think is sneaky is the Holiday King, now up to 18 non-city tracks, 1 city track. Breaking that 15 with a holiday item, that's odd. We don't normally see 2 alternatives be up too high, but it's nice to know that Holiday King, and even with a not great skill, it's still number 15 on our list. It's nice to see get some love there. Some other notable, the Sunset Cloud is now up to 17 tracks, which is good with no cities. So if you have to put tickets on that, it's not a bad investment. And then as we move into the carts with just 1 investment, this Black Dozer. Can't keep a secret here. It is number 2 now on our list. We have the entire top 10 for carts, which doesn't change very often. It has been absolutely flipped upside down. We have the Black Dozer at number 2 with 21 non-city tracks and 1 city tracks. 22 total for our Rocket Star Plus. Number 2 on our list. Highest Rocket Start Plus kart we've ever seen in the history of the game. Massive value there. Fast Frank at number 10. Outside of that, DK Maximum was 16. That's pretty decent. Nothing else really to write home about. So we'll get into the gliders. So we got 5 gliders that got 3 new tracks. We have the 8-Bit Fire Flower with 9 non-city, 3 city. This Black Great Sale, if you have to invest in this next week for ranked, it's not a bad idea. 16 non-city tracks, 0 city. We never saw the original Great Sale break the top 10, even though it still has good coverage. But this Black Great Sale, we haven't seen a lot of Bullet Bill specials in our top 10, but man, I wouldn't be surprised if we see this in the upcoming weeks. The other one I want to really make note of, Toe Bean Balloons. it's part of ranked over this week, and it's a interesting car to keep interesting glider to keep an eye on. 15 non-city tracks, 3 cities. No surprise there. So we do have 4 gliders with 2 tracks each. Calico Parafoil, a very, very sneaky glider. As I mentioned in a couple rundowns below or before, you had Cat Peach, and she looks like she's going to have a lot of value later in the year. And this Calico Parafoil might be her kind of signature glider. I know the Toe Beans kind of matches her color a little bit more. This Calico Parafoil, my guess is it's going to break the top 10, and it seems to be doing that with 18 tracks already that are non-cities, 1 city. That is massive. So just putting that, it's an up and coming, it's a hot riser, a glider that if you have to use tickets on a little preemptively, not a bad idea. Now, one glider I've been talking about since January. I mean, I have been going to bat for this glider so much. This Dry Bowser umbrella. I've been talking about it as the Dragon Wings of 2021. I've said it probably 30 times over the last 4 months. It is number 6 on our list, guys. It has 20 non-city tracks, 4 cities. That's a total of 24 tracks. I'm calling it the Dragon Wings of 2021. I know we keep hearing Sammy D talk about how he coined the boombox phrase. I have been shouting from the rooftops. Dry Bowser umbrella will be the Dragon Wings of this year. It looks like. I mean, to be honest with you, I could see it at number 1 here in about 2 or 3 months. So please, if you have to put tickets on any glider on this list, let me just look across again. Yep, put it on that one, because that one's an awesome cart. It's awesome glider. Obviously, it's a part of 100 pipes and all clear pipes, but it's an awesome glider, and it's only going to continue to rise. That's my belief. Nothing really to talk to home about the Festo Wings or Silver Manta glider. It is interesting that the Silver Manta glider came out as the Black Great Sail, and it also came out on the same tour as the Rose Parafoil. Or Parasol. But the downside to having 3 items of the same skill be able to release at the same time is that value is spread between all 3, like you see here, as versus all the value going into 1. It's something to keep in mind when you think about this tour having 3 new carts. Who knows, maybe that value in future tours could be allocated or spread too thin between those 3. And then wrapping up this slide with who got buffed for the gliders, you have a total of 8 gliders that got 1 new track. The one thing I want to point out is this Nabbit Oil Umbrella now has 18 non-city tracks, 3 city. So it is now breaking our top 10. I think it just broke actually last tour, but it's sustained it. It's been good. We've been watching it rise as Nabbit's value has gone bonkers. So it's no surprise there that it is the number 9 cart. Or sorry, number 9 glider. I keep saying carts over and over again. But it is what it is. Like I said, I'm not feeling so great, so have some empathy for me. New Year's glider 2021, kind of sneaky good with 19 non-city tracks, 2 cities. But when we just have so dominant gliders like the Dry Bowser umbrella, it's really hard to be able to make some splash for yourself. We'll see. I still think it'll have some value going forward. But then also I really want to discuss the gold New Year's kite. I've been very surprised that Nintendo has kind of not buffed at it more. Being a coin glider and looking awesome, I'm surprised that they've kind of backed off of that. So we'll see if value increases for that later in the year, though. Alright, guys. As always, I like to talk about the top 10 and just discuss the algorithm. I've already kind of mentioned it a few times. Skill is a big part of it, but not that big. You have the weighted ranked, and there's 2 different ways of looking at that. The number of times it's been ranked and the percentage it's been ranked. Both of those are more than the skill of any of the items. So just remember, that's a huge part of it. And then also the coverage. The coverage combined for, say, the driver is going to be 40%. When you're thinking about the weighted coverage and also the course coverage. But you can feel free to look at what the difference is on these. Your course coverage value. This is each side. The top shelf are given a value. Divided by the number of total top shelf items also on that track. So, if you have a kart glider driver, whatever it is, that only is has a smaller choice of top shelf items to pick between, it has more value. So I think everyone is very, very keen on the Bam and Gerbs spreadsheet, and it is awesome. I absolutely love it. Definitely download it. I even thought about recording a video walking people through it and how to be able to upload it, and it is the perfect solution for you understanding for yourself where to invest your tickets based on your inventory. No doubt about that. So definitely leverage that tool. But when it comes to a top 10 list, what's different from this one feature versus some of the other tier lists or the fun stuff that people put out is this course coverage value. It takes into consideration what other items are part of that top shelf and gives value to those that have that shorter shelf. So putting it out there, I think that's one of the knocks I keep hearing against Taper's list is saying, well, it doesn't take into consideration overlap with other stuff. Well, it does, and that's specifically a 20% value, which is a lot. So putting that out there in addition to the weighted course coverage. So that's the algorithm. We talk about that a lot, and as I've mentioned, Nabbit still number one, will probably be number one for a while. He is king of the mountain. No surprise there. Now, a former king of the mountain has risen back up and I think sniffing at that number one spot again. That's our Dry Bowser Gold. You're used to seeing him at the top. He moved up 2 spots to number 2 on our list. Beach Wedding down 1 spot to number 3. Lakitu Party Time, sad to say, but he is down to number 4 on our list. Pink Gold Peach up 1 to number 5. You had Black Yoshi after his big Yoshi tour, unfortunately dropped 1 spot. King Boo Gold, no surprise here, went up 3 spots. He is an awesome driver, just one that you want to definitely invest in, and hopefully you pull a lot on Sunday as you look into that 50 pipe. Chef Mario, just slowly losing just a little bit of value over time, but still a solid driver, especially with Lucky 7. You gotta love that. At number 8, the other Lucky 7 Mario Halloween, holding down at number 9. And then Peach Explorer, unfortunately, fell 2 spots. She is number 10 on our list. But just based on coverage and how incorporated she's been in ranked, she's been a pretty solid driver for you if you got her. But she could be like, any of these other items that could lose its value as new skills are introduced. You have Rosalina Swimwear at number 11. King Bob-omb without the gold, number 12. Peach Vacation, number 13. Penguin Luigi, number 14. And Gold Koopa Free Running at 15. So when we talk about Sunday's pipe, no matter what it is, if you think about who's in that pipe, you got Gold Koopa Free Running, which is number 15 on our list. You have King Boo Gold, number 7 on our list. And Dry Bones Gold, number. So you have 3 top 15, a brand new item. It's a great pipe to pull. Definitely pull on it. Even if you're like, I'm hesitant, should I go week 1 or special? Go special. This special pipe is really, truly special. Moving into top 10 carts. This is where I was saying we had a lot of shakeup. We don't see very much shakeup. Really, every week it's Happy Ride, Wild Black, Rose Queen, Off-Roader, Choco Macaroon, whatever it is. It's been that way. Change the order around. Doesn't matter. It's been that way for basically the last year. Well, we have a lot of shakeup. 2021 is hitting this cart list in the face. We have Happy Ride at number 1, Black Dozer at number 2, up 2 spots. Wild Black fell 1 spot. Crawly Kart jumped up 8 spots. No surprise there. Anytime you saw it, whenever you saw it on ranked, you say this is, it was climbing. Don't think it was any surprise. I've heard it from dozens of people. I don't think anyone can shout on the rooftop and say I was calling this from day one. It's a beautiful cart. A lot of people were investing in it. A lot of people love it. It's a fan favorite, and it gets its right due there at number 4 on our list. So congratulations to Woomoot. I know a lot of the ER have it at a high level as well, and have been enjoying it as well, and big on their fan club. Rose Queen, number 5 on our list, down 2 spots. Off-Roader down 1. Choco Macaroon down 1. All Mook and room for the Crawly Cart and the Black Dozer. Gilded King up 1 to number 8. As I mentioned, it's that Black Dozer, Gilded King. We'll see how at the end of the year. I know we're only halfway through this anniversary, but we'll see by the end of the anniversary who's on top. I think it's going to be neck and neck. Pumpkin Kart down 2, but still pretty solid. Fast Frank still at number 10. We got Party Wing at 11. Head Honcho at 12. Gold Cheap Charger at 13. Sweet Day Tripper at 14. And Holiday King at 15. So some great Karts there. And as I mentioned, the one that surprised me the most was Holiday King. We'll see if that continues to climb. There's been no reason why it's been getting buffed or part of ranked, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. Finally, when it comes to the top 10, we'll talk about gliders. We got a lot of great gliders here, obviously. Dragon Wings, number 1. Gold Crane at 2. Strawberry Donut at 3. No surprise there. That's been pretty much the case for a while. Gold Glider up 1. Super Mario Kart Glider down 1. We had this Dry Bowser umbrella, which we knew was going to get here, and I think it's going to continue to rise up 9 spots to number 6 on our list. Gold Swooper, falling a little bit, number 7 on our list, down 1. Sunset Balloons, number 8 again. And then we have this Nabbit Oil Umbrella, which I've mentioned a couple times. It has risen with Nabbit's value. We'll see if it continues to rise. My prediction is that it's going to be in a pack. Maybe with Nabbit here in the next couple tours. That's kind of what they do, is they say, oh cool, you really wanted this? Here it is in a pipe. Okay, here it is in a pack. Here it is in a pack. Here it is in a pack. And you're just like, whoa, okay, alright, got it. You know, like Black Yoshi's been that way, where we just have gotten so much Black Yoshi. Even though like 6 months ago we were like, oh my gosh, why can't they give it to us? So it's interesting to kind of keep that in mind. This Nabbit Oil Umbrella, you know, I've had it at level 1. I don't even think I've maxed the points out on it because I haven't used it. But I expect this to be a coveted item before they give it to you and shove it down your throat. So just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. It is number 9 on our list, up 9 spots. Royal Parachute, down 3 spots to number 10. We have the Silver Star Chute at 11, still a solid glider for sure. I know I just double uncapped it. It's a very, very good glider. Star Chute at 12, Calico Parafoil at 13, 8-Bit Star at 14, and Spider Glider at 15. Sorry guys, water break here. Not feeling so hot, but it's just such an awesome tour. I'm getting full of energy, getting full of life. So I absolutely love being able to talk with you guys about this stuff. So apologize if I'm mumbling a little bit. It's still a little rough morning for me, but I wanted to get this out in front of you. As we're looking at the All Cup ranking MVPs, these are the number of tracks that each one of these high ends have. This does not include Spotlight or Cup boosted items, but just simply what tracks these items have normally and how incorporated they are in All Cup ranking. You have King Bob Gold. He is, I'm not going to say Bob, he is King Bob. He is the man, and hopefully you pull him. He is on 9 tracks this tour. You also have Shy Guy Ninja at 7. No surprise there, but that, I mean, 9 and 7. That's if that's any indication on where you should put your tickets, that should be helpful. And then you have a total of 8 drivers with 6 tracks, including my boy Party Time Lakitu, Black Yoshi, which many people have at a high level. So good to know that there are all those drivers, some of which you've noticed are the ones that had their value stolen. So that some of those donut planes to some of those other items there. When you're looking at the carts, you have Gold Egg with the most of this tour, 10 total tracks. That's phenomenal. You have the new Sakura Quick Shop with number 9 and the Rose Taxi with 9 as well. You have the Crimson Hot Rod and the Jade, both with 8. And then you have the Green Circuit, Bright Bunny, and Crawley Kart with 7. And then you have a total of 6 additional carts with 6 tracks. And that's the Pink Wing, which has been pretty hot, and I could see breaking the top 10 here in the coming months. You have the White Turbo Yoshi, the Party Wing, Circuit Special, the Black Dozer, and then of course the Bad Wagon, which is interesting to see. It's so involved even though it has just so few tracks. Now moving to gliders, there's really only one glider that's leading the pack, and that's the new Ninja Scroll. You have 4 gliders that have 7 tracks. Strawberry Donut, no surprise there. I think it's on our All Cup ranking MVPs almost every single tour. It has 7 tracks. The Dry Bowser Umbrella, 7 tracks for ACR. That's phenomenal. Yeah, I've already talked to Dev about how awesome that glider is. And then there are 3 gliders that have 6 tracks. Bright Balloons, the Rose Parasol, and the Jumping Mario Hanafuda. So there you go. Those are All Cup ranking MVPs. Now let's get into just briefly the week 1 ranked tracks for Rosalina, which items are opened up at level 6. So King Bob-omb Gold at level 6 gets Ninja Hideaway. So if you do get him on Sunday and throw tickets on him to get him to level 6, he will have that track for ranked. Maybe better than Nabbit. That's certainly a strategy. I might do that myself. I have Nabbit at a very high level, but I mean, having a Coinbox driver at level 6 is inevitable. SNES Koopa Troopa Beach 2. Many of you already know this, but Daisy Yukata, Peach Wedding get that track at 6. Cactex and Cheap Snorkel get it at 6. And Butterfly Sunset and Silver Bells get that level at 6. So the Silver Bells still coming in strong if you put that in some tickets. But there's so many options for this track. Maybe you're not that excited about that. As for Rainbow Road RT, Peach Cherub. Baby Peach Cherub gets that at level 3, and Pauline. The Gold Train and the Macaroon get that track at level 3. Rose Taxi at 6. And then Fairflyer, Rainbow Starshoot both get that track at 3. And the Blue Flower Glider, I know a lot of people are using. A lot of people already have the level 6. A strong glider for that track. And finally, for week 2, which we were told this morning is the Larry Cup, we have Ninja Hideaway T, which Shy Guy Ninja gets at level 6. The Jade Hop Rod and the Sakura Quickshaw both get that track at level 6. The Ninja Scroll gets that at level 6 as well. Moving into Neo Bowser City T, you have Mario Musician at level 6. You also have the Glam Bruiser and the Quickshaw and the Silver Bullet Blaster at level 3. Luma Parafoil and the Nabbit Oil Umbrella at level 3. And the Sunset Balloons at level 6. Moving into Rainbow Road 2T, you have King Bob Gold at level 6. You have the Crimson Hot Rod and the Party Wing get it at level 6, as well as also the Cactex at 3. And no gliders get this track at level 3 or 6. So there you go, guys. That's all we have for the rundown. I hope you have been enjoying me, even as I'm a little under the weather and my voice probably sounds odd, but it's great to spend this time with you guys and the finale of the 1.5 year anniversary tour. Good luck pulling in all the pipes you have to pull from, and I wish you the best here, guys, and hopefully a strat of the week later this weekend. But good luck, guys, and wish you the best.